Hello, this is Chris, and I am joined again with Chelsea, and we're going to give our reaction to Watchmen official teaser. No, this isn't the teaser for the 2009 film that came out many moons ago. This is the new HBO TV show, which was rumoured, I think, last year. I wasn't expecting a trailer. This went up in my sub box yesterday evening, and I've been dying to do a reaction to it because I love Watchmen, and I'm very intrigued about it being a TV show. I think that actually Zack Snyder did a very good job of adapting it into a movie. For the longest point, I've got the graphic novel right here. It's one of my favourite graphic novels. They said this was unfilmable. It's 12 volumes. It's very in-depth. It's very complex. So the thought of condensing that down into like a 3-hour movie, I guess it depends which cut you watch. There's the 3-hour version, there's the 3.5-hour version, then I think there's a 4+ hour version with loads of added stuff into there. I thought it was really good. Like, they pretty much got all the dialogue page for page. The imagery as well was captured pretty much as it is in the panel. I just don't think it hit the emotion, and I think some of the acting was perhaps a little bit stilted in it, but I still thought it was a very great movie. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing with a TV show. With a TV show, you're going to have more hours, you're going to be able to talk about stuff more, you're going to be able to go in depth into more stuff. But from what I saw from the thumbnail and a few pictures, it looks like they're going in a very vastly different direction with this thing. So we bring it to you. You haven't seen Watchmen. Do you know anything about Watchmen at all?
I don't know.
Do you remember it coming out and like the whole thing around it?
I don't really know. Are they like kind of like anti-heroes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's the anti-heroes, and it's based in the concept of what if superheroes existed in our real world.
Okay.
Which is what many other things have done, but I think this graphic novel came out in the 80s. It was a big deal. This is usually, if you look at a top list of best graphic novels ever written, this is usually number 1 or at least number 2. Mm-hmm. And I did my homework. This graphic novel right here, I bought before I saw the movie when it came out. I couldn't see it at the cinema because it was an 18. So I had to watch it through various ways and means on the internet. So a lot of people said don't go into the movie cold. If you go into it, you won't understand it, you won't like it. And I usually don't like doing that. I like to just go into a movie and let it stand on its own merits. But I thought with the case of Watchmen, I'll read the graphic novel, and I'm very glad I did. I think if you go into it cold, I've seen a lot of people hate it. I think it got very mixed reviews. But I think if you do have that connection to the graphic novel and you see it come to life on the big screen, there is that connection there. I really don't do it justice by just saying it's superheroes in the modern world, because there is a lot more. It's like tied into Vietnam and the whole nuclear arms race and things like that, and Nixon. It all goes into that stuff. You could write dissertations on the stuff that goes on in this. But HBO, you know, they've done Game of Thrones. They've done a lot of other prolific shows. They put a lot of faith into their TV shows and good budgets. So hopefully that's the case with this one. So with all that being said, we're going to click play now.
We are no one. We are everyone. And we are invisible.
We convinced ourselves that they were gone, but they were just hibernating. They came for everybody. Oh, please.
Always leave.
I guess we have ourselves a reckoning.
What are you two talking about?
Oh, nothing. Just the end of the world.
Well, that didn't explain anything. I don't know what to make of this. I'm going to read some of the comments, actually. Not that that's going to influence my opinion. So, while I'm reading through these, what were your initial opinions on that? I know that's just a teaser trailer. Did that explain anything, or were you just confused the whole way through that?
I was very confused.
I've read the graphic novel and watched the movie, and I felt confused to that. I think like, I get the significance of the whole. I mean, for God's sake, on the front of the graphic novel, let me bring that up. There's a goddamn clock on there. The clock is a good like visual signifier. In the graphic novel, that sort of 12 o'clock is when the nukes are going to fly, essentially, between like Russia and the world and the US. And there's this whole like, throughout the graphic novel, the clock hand gets closer to 12. So I get why they're doing the whole tick-tock thing. I did think it got a little bit monotonous. Like, you know, you've got the credits ticking like a clock. You've got people constantly saying tick-tock, which I don't think any human would ever say in that context. But even that, like, I didn't get a very good look at the characters. I know this is just a teaser as well. It looks like Jeremy Irons is playing Dr. Manhattan before he goes all blue and Superman-like. Whether they're going to do that in the show, I don't know. But it looks like they've taken the source material and they're just going in a completely different way with it. Like, they've sort of like taken the idea and they're just going to run with it and do their own thing with it, which is okay, I guess. But with something like this, which is, you know, held in such high regard, Alan Moore as well. A lot of his graphic novels, he's also written stuff like V for Vendetta, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and things like that. He doesn't like the films that have been created from his works. He thinks they missed the point completely, to the point where he won't even allow them to use his name in the opening credits. He just distances himself completely.
Wow.
So in the opening credits of Watchmen, you'll see Dave Gibbons there, but you will not see Alan Moore's name there. He's very protective of his work, which is fair enough. I'm not liking the look of this trailer. I feel like I'm going to need another trailer. I guess this is a trailer that I could like watch a bunch of times, and there's probably some like analysis on the internet that goes in depth into it, what we're actually seeing. I don't know if these are the original incarnations of the superheroes in it, because you have like the old timers and they're like sort of like the new generation of superheroes, I guess. And Rorschach as well, the guy with the mask with like the stuff. I don't like that they've got eye holes cut in the mask. Like, the whole point is that it's just a mask full over.
Okay.
That's a very small thing. I don't know. I think the problem is because the movie was so close to the, at least in visuals and the script itself, maybe not in terms of all the themes, and the acting probably wasn't on par as much as it could have been. Because that was so close to the original source material, if you're just doing that again, what's the point? So I guess if you are going to do a Watchmen TV series, a new one, 10 years on, you've kind of got to make it your own. But that, to me, diminishes the effects of adapting that as a comic. So, I don't know. Would you be excited for this? Are you intrigued by it at all? Or is it just a kind of nothing?
It's a bit meh.
Yeah.
Right now, because I have no idea what's going on. I don't like have the background of the graphic novel or the first film or anything like that, so it's just like, maybe give it a whirl, see what happens, but I'm not like dying to see it kind of thing.
I think a lot of people, because I did see a lot of people on both sides, when this was made into a movie and it was made pretty much exactly, you had some people in one camp saying, this is great, this is a very faithful adaptation, like you can't get more faithful than this, and then you had other people saying, well, when you're adapting for a film, if you're just going to make it exactly the same, there's no surprises or anything like that, because I'm literally just watching something I've already read. Like, you're not making it your own, you're not doing something new with it. So I imagine that split's going to happen with this one as well. You're going to have that camp very happy that they're doing something different, and then the other ones saying, well, it's not the comic book. You can't please everyone, essentially, at the end of it all. I'm going to keep an open mind, but I'm really not feeling this teaser trailer. If you showed me this trailer and you didn't put the Watchmen name at the end, or, well, I guess from the Rorschach mask, I would have been able to know what it is a little bit. But even that, like, Rorschach's one guy, from what I can remember, like, there seems like there's this whole... It did remind me of V for Vendetta, actually, where everyone's wearing the V mask.
Gang going on.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's like the impact that Rorschach's had has like made everyone rise up and want to be a vigilante / superhero. I don't know. So I'm intrigued at least, but I do want to see another trailer, and I do want to see if they get it to that point where it does look more like the comic book. But I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let us know what you thought of this trailer. Are you looking forward to this new series of Watchmen on HBO? Are you not? What did you think of the original movie? What did you think of the graphic novel? Anything regarding Watchmen, please do let us know. That'll do it for all our reaction videos for right now. The scary clown movie It trailer 1 comes out for chapter 2 later tonight, but you don't do horror movies, so I think I might be solo on that one when that rolls around for that one.
Like, I don't watch any movies at all.
But that's good, no, because like, you know, I've seen a lot, but it's good to get, you know, an opinion of not knowing anything about this, like if you're going into it completely cold. But yeah, that'll do it from us. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya.